I wanted to talk to you about getting a dog that's older than a new puppy. You know, when you get a new puppy, oops, excuse me, Grayson, I kind of popped you in the nose. When you get a new puppy, you teach that puppy, or that puppy learns how you like to relate. But when you get a dog that is older, especially like Grayson was a year and a half when I got him, and we had to kind of get used to each other, didn't we, boy? It took several months before he would, of his own volition, come and sit down next to me or kind of lean into me. And just now, I was sitting in another chair and he came and he kind of laid his head on my knee. He's never done that before. I love that. But, you know, I've tried to make him do that, but he just was not inclined that way. But then, just a little while ago, he did that. And when I first got him, he was not really a huggable dog. He tolerated it, but he didn't really care for it. But now you're nice and huggy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yeah, lots of times he'll lean into the hug. So when you get an older dog, you've just got to be really patient and consistent too. You know, figure out what is it that you want the dog to learn to do. For example, every morning after we greet each other, I clean his eyes. You know, I say, let's clean your little eyes. And he holds still to let me do that, because he gets a gunk in his eyes every night. And there's nothing wrong with them. The doctor said, you know, this is just normal. But I don't like him having crusted up things around his eyes. So I clean them. Yes, and see, he's just very huggable. Aren't you, Grayson? Yeah. And, you know, just as an example, like with routines, every morning, you know, I get dressed, we come out of the bedroom, and we go and open up the blinds, and then go to the kitchen. Well, if I vary from that routine, he will stand there by the blinds like, you know, what's going on? We need to open the blinds, because that's just something we do all the time. And he got used to that. Probably took him longer to get used to stuff like that than if he had been a puppy. But, oh, right now, it's hard for me to talk right now. He's got his head laid down against my hand. I just treasure these times where he wants to be close to me. That's just so special, you know, because we want to love our dogs when we want to love them, right? And sometimes it's inconvenient or whatever, but lots of times, even if I want to go do something else, I'll just choose to stay with him to reinforce his being loving to me, so that he'll do it more. So when you get a dog that's older than a new puppy, you've got to deal with them in a different way. And also, your expectations need to be different. You don't know what kind of past that dog might have had. Even if you do, you might not have been there to see everything, see what things the dog is accustomed to, how things were done with him. And now he's got to get used to new people, a new environment, new sounds and sights and smells. All that really affects a dog a lot. So, keep in mind that the dog doesn't think like you do. Oh, okay, I'm in a new place, so there's going to be this difference and that difference. Even though you can think that, you still have an adjustment when you go to a new place, right? And so does your dog. Oh, you are such a sweet guy. Yes, you are. Oh, you are my special boy. I just love it. He's just leaning his head up against me. Oh, this is very calming. It's a good respite from anxiety or depression or just too much busyness. So, whereas sometimes getting a rescue dog, you're kind of getting an unknown quantity. Dogs are malleable, very much so. Malleable means can be shaped. And, even dogs that might be considered problem dogs, if you give them the right kind of environment and attention, they can learn new ways. But I think for the most part, most dogs just want to be someone's dog, It's like you're all they have. And I saw this little cartoon thing online, and it had the first frame said the dog was saying to its person, "Where are you going?" And the person said, "I'm going out." And the dog said, "But you need to take me." And the person said, "Why?" And the dog said, "To protect you." And the person said, "To protect me from what?" And the dog said, "From loneliness." I have absolutely nothing against people purchasing a dog, from a breeder or whatever. But there are so many dogs that need a home. If you call your local humane society or rescue society, online there are things like Adopt a Pet and other websites that are very reputable that help match you up with pets. There are, like even breeds like Poodle Rescue and Golden Doodle Rescue and Schnauzer Rescue and rehoming and all that sort of thing. So, consider giving a home to a dog that needs a home. Right, Grayson?